Welcome back, one and all. Last time we got Tara in her group. There she is with that sexy green hair. And now we're going to follow the Emperor's advice. If you remember back at Ozer's mansion, he mentioned something about hiding a treasure in a star-formationed rock. Well, if you come over here to the southern continent at the tip, or at the very top, you'll see this weird volcano-like mountain. And then what you're going to do is you're going to split up your party. And we're going to split up our party. You don't have to go like this, but there's a special reason why I'm doing this. Because you're going to want a party that's able to have equipment that can absorb fire. For no reason whatsoever. So let's jump off. Whee! Whee! Ow, that looked like it broke her knees. Anyways, here we are. You can switch to other party members, just like you would. I think this is the first actually split dungeon. So the party that can absorb fire, you're going to want them to press that switch first. And then we're going to have an encounter right here. The tricksters, they use a lot of fire. Let's also use some... I haven't shown you off many of the summons. Oh, she doesn't have a summon. The tricksters there just use a lot of fire. They absorb holy attacks, so which probably wasn't a good idea, but or never mind. And Siren. The necromancers, they are weak to fire and holy. If you use anything other than a physical attack, they'll counter with quarter or what do you call it? Oh, zombie strike. It pretty much, if you hit them with anything other than a physical attack, they'll take away 3/4 of your health. Also, they have a chance to, as you saw, zombify characters, and they have some pretty strong spells if they're left alone. They also absorb poison. Heal you up there. That's one of the good things about having some zombified characters. But let's wake her up. God, I hate zombie. But there was a couple of summons there I wanted to show you. Figure might as well get those out of the way. I would show you magic. I don't know how much I'm really going to show you the summons, because later we're going to be using a lot of magic. Also, you're going to want to keep your HP up as much as possible in this place. Alright. Actually... let's put on Alexander. There we go. And we'll try... Oh. Land on a spike. Now, that takes out a whopping 400 HP. It's not pretty. Here we have Chaos Dragons. Everything in this area is pretty much weak to ice and absorbs fire. Almost everything. The Chaos Dragon has a chance of using a lot of strong, multiple status effects. And it's got a lot of HP. Other than that, it doesn't really actually do very much. Like, it doesn't attack very often. The Sea Flowers have a chance of poisoning you, and that Uberosa or whatever has a chance of poisoning you. Other than that, the Uberosa and the Sea Flowers are not very threatening. They're rather pushovers. They have strong attacks, though. It's just that one of them can poison you, and it's not fun. As well as they're both weak to ice and absorb fire. Like, literally every enemy in this area is weak to fire except the tricksters. Alright, let's step on this switch. And then here we get a winged edge. Alright. So let's get moving. Step on this switch. Whoops. Gotta remember to press the right button and switch to the other party. So there's going to be a lot of switching back and forth. Like I said, stepping on those spikes will take away 400 HP. And here we have another annoying enemy, Phase. Oh god. You can't run from these guys. See? Can't run away. They're weak to ice, absorb fire. They also use the... what's it called? They also use 1,000 needles. So if you have some really strong built-up magic characters, they should do pretty well in this area. Yeah, you just have to watch out for that 1,000 needles thing. That can really hurt. Obviously, take 1,000 hit points away. That can kill a character in one hit who's not in the best condition. Alright, let's go back around. Step there. Switch back. Oh, by the way, this phase can use Smirk, which stops a character. Also, it's Blowfish, not 1,000 needles. I do apologize. Same ability, though. Anyways, let's head up here and get this chest. Screw you. Alright, well, let's get this one. Alright, Warpstone. Not bad, not bad. Star Fox? Let's head this way. Up here. Get this. Alright, well, let's step on this switch. Wasn't total waste. I'm gonna want to give Stargo Shiva, because I forgot he hasn't finished learning Ice 2, and that would be very helpful in this area. Ooh, treasure chest. Seriously? This isn't even funny anymore. Switch back over. And head over this way. Alright. Down the stairs. Now if you went south, that's where we started from when we fell down the hole. But this time we're going to leap across the rocks and head around. Ooh, that hurt. So watch out for that one. That one's definitely a trap. And then taking a whopping 400 hit points away every time you step on that, that can get quite annoying. So let's step on this switch first. Head up and around. Switch over. And head down here. That sets the switch back, and this group can now go. Isn't it fancy? Also, let's look at some parasols. By the way, take these guys out first. Parasols are weak to ice, absorb fire, but their deadliest part is that they can cast confusion. Other than that, not really a huge threat. I do believe they use a lot of ice as well, or a lot of bolt as well. Not quite sure. Booyah. Don't you dare demi me. Yeah, if you just use physical attacks on the Necromancer, they aren't too much of a problem. Phoenix down, hurrah! From the Phoenix Cave? How ironic. Let's step on this switch and switch back over. A lot of switching. In the not the DS version, I wish there was a DS version. In the advanced version, they have an extra dungeon where you have to do this, switch between parties. Keeping your party's health up, remember that, that's important. Also, he learned. Let him learn this. Just keep hopping across. We'll head up this first one here, and we get a chest. And it's empty. I'm getting really disappointed. You know what? That chest over there is probably empty, so I don't think I'm going to go for it, because I'm not going to fall for that trick. Let's flip this switch. Cools the area there down. And then we'll switch over to our other party. Now you use the save trick by saving. The save trick will allow you to, when you have a split party and one party's on the save, you can use a tent and it'll heal anybody else in the area. So let's head down here. Now, down here is the reason why I have everybody equipped with absorbing stuff like Flame Shield that absorbs Fire and Ice Shield that negates it, as well the Aegis Shield should reduce fire damage. Because down here we have our second dragon, the Red Dragon. He can be tough, especially your first time. However, if you use the power of Iceness, and that's what we'll do, he can be fairly easy. So yeah, just spam ice on him. Tools. There we go. Not too much of a threat considering two characters are negating it and the other one's being healed by it. Now, as you can kind of guess, he is weak to ice and he will absorb fire. But he also has the, after he's been reduced in HP, he has powerful magic such as Flare Star. But he also has a really nice lore called Level 4 Flare, which will do damage to, which will do flare damage to anybody who is of a level 4 multiple. So meaning if they're level 20, they'll cause severe damage to them. Like that. Haha. Don't you dare flare. Fortunately, flare is not considered a fire attack. Yeah. Unfortunately. See, now that Kaja Slice would be causing like 1600 points of damage. But it takes quite a while to get up there. Oh, we defeated him. Holy crap. I was not expecting to go that quickly. Wow. Anyways, that's what happens when you use ice on him. But like I said, if you get him down quite a bit, Sterato. I think that's a knife for someone. If you get him down below, I think 2400, he will actually range. He will actually use level 4 flare or like Sub-Zero or something. I forget. He'll use something. Oh, it's a weapon for Cyan. Awesome. Let's see how well that works. Oh god, yeah. Oh, nice. So equip obviously magic absorbing, fire elemental absorbing magic stuff, and you should be okay. And in here we get the neatest relic, the Dragon Horn. So what happens when we equip this? Well, let's take a look. Dragon Horn, Horny Dragon, where are you? Dragon Boots, I need the Horny Dragon. Horny Dragon. Ah, there we go. Dragon Horn makes jump continuous, meaning that they will continually jump over and over and over. I believe it can be anywhere between 2 to 4 times. Alright, so let's hit that switch and switch back over. Yeah, I think up to 4 times. Maybe 6, I don't know. I think if you get real lucky, it could be up to 6. So if you have a strong character like Edgar jumping in the air with a pike, doing like 2400... Ooh, so there was something in this chest. Doing 2400 points of damage each jump. And that does what it does, protect from all status ailments. And you do that like 5 or 6 times, that's a death machine right there. Head down here. Now we can jump across. Hurrah! Now you have to have both party members at once. Also, the multiple jump doesn't actually have to attack one person. I don't know what that thing is. But if we head up here, it's lock.